All right, guys, today we're going to be going over the best fruits for grinding in Blox fruits. So let's get it started. Also, remember, guys, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. At 100K subs, we're going to be giving away 100,000 Robux. Let's get it. All right, let's get it started. So first up, I'm going to show you guys like my go-to, especially for World 1, if you're going to be grinding. Now, there's going to be a few criteria for what makes a fruit a good grinding fruit. And let me put those up on the screen. So number one is going to be a good M1. So I like fruits to have a good M1 so they can easily, grind mastery fast, as well as group up enemies. I'll give an example of a good M1 right here with the blade fruit. All right, that is very nice to have an M1. And some M1s do have knockback as well. Now, I'm also going to give an example of a really bad M1. So if we go over here to the shop, M1s I don't like are like, do I have it? Yeah, the diamond fruit. If you guys see the diamond fruit technically does have an M1. But you're going to see it actually really is more like a skill because you can't spam it. So that's the most important criteria. The number 2 criteria is flying. So I want the fruit to have a good flying capability so we can get somewhere fast. Now, the diamond fruit does not have one, so this is another example of a bad one. And if we go over here to my inventory and we'll just go for, say, spin. Oh, I have to do this. Oh. All right, for example, spin has helicopter flight. So something like this is very nice because it's going to allow you to get to islands faster. All right, so some sort of transportation mechanic makes a great grinding fruit. All right, and the last one is some way to stay alive. All right, there's a lot of examples of how to stay alive. For example, one example of a good fruit that was going to help you stay alive are fruits like the ice fruit right here. The nice thing about the ice fruit is it has Logia. So that's going to allow you to, right here, immune to weak attack, which is very, very helpful. And another good example is the blade fruit, which is immune to sword attack, besides bosses. Or you could have another nice thing about this other fruit, the blade fruit, is it has knockback, which I'll talk about in a second. So here we go, guys. I'm going to be going over the best grinding fruits now for each C in particular. All right, so first up we have the chop fruit or the blade fruit. The nice thing about this one is you are immune to sword type attacks, and it does have a good knockback on the M1. All right, you can't see it right here because I'm just torching them, but there is a very, very good knockback on the M1, and you can spam it like so, and it doesn't cost you any energy, which is very nice. All right, and there is actually AoE as well with this. Let me see if I can get in a good angle. Okay, there's not really any way. Okay, let me drag this guy together. And these M1s have a pretty decent AoE. You guys can kind of see the AoE right there. Very, very useful. And it also has turbine flight, which is going to give you a pretty good transportation mechanic. And also, you're immune to swords as well. And the best part is it's very, very cheap in the shop. It's going to cost you like, what is it, 100 Robux? Also, if anybody wants permanent blade, comment down your username down below. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'm going to be giving away permanent blade. Somebody in the comment section. Let's get it. All right, next up we have our next fruit. So the next fruit I like for grinding is the diamond fruit. Now this fruit is definitely on the lower end of the list, so definitely the blade is better for C1. But the one thing about this fruit that makes it nice is the encrust ability. It's like a budget Buddha fruit. So this is a very good fruit to have if you're going to be trying to grind using like a sword or combat. So it's very, very good to combo it because it gives you like a lot of defense. You can kind of see like the health goes way, way up, which is very useful. So basically it allows you to take a lot more hits, which is very, very nice. And you can combo that with certain accessories and it's very, very good. All right, the next one I actually use personally is the ice fruit. Now, if you guys want an ice perma, if we get this video to 5,000 likes, I'll give away an ice perma. So hit the like button. Let's get it. All right, I just bought perma ice. So F in the chat for my Robux. Let's get it. All right, here we go. We're going to equip that. Oh, I have to disable this. I hate that thing. All right, so the thing I like about the ice fruit is it actually has some really nice things about it. All right, so I use the ice fruit a lot as well as the light fruit. So if we go to the ice fruit, the nice thing about the ice fruit for grinding is this right here. You can just literally just run on the water. So you're effectively immune to that, which is very nice. Also, you do have this right here. So you do have a good M1, very decent M1. Now the problem with this M1 is there's no knockback, which might be an asset or it might be a liability. All right, you also have Ice Bird. So you have a few attacks that you can use to do extra damage. So maybe you can group up stuff that's farther away. And then you can, of course, slash. And it is a Logia fruit, so you're immune to stuff lower down, which is very, very nice. The Ice Fruit is definitely really good as well. But I personally would say the Blade has the edge because the Chop Fruit is very good, especially in the first few Cs. All right, the next Perma Fruit I recommend for new to pros. If you're kind of like really down bad, or if you're in like C1, another great fruit to have is the Light Fruit. So if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll give away a Light Fruit to somebody in the comment section. So let's go buy Perma Light real quick. And I'll show you guys what I like about Perma Light. All right, here we go. So Permanent Light has some really nice things. You also do have that M1. Very nice. It is a Logia, which is very, very nice. Okay. And you do have a bunch of attacks. So Divine Arrow, Hand of the Emperor, Lightspeed Destroyer. And you actually have this one right here, Shining Flight, which is very, very fast transportation. Now, it is kind of hard to navigate with the turning, but very, 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 very fast navigation. I'm pretty sure it's faster than any ship, or maybe except like the really, really like rarer ships. All right, and that one has like kind of a nice dash attack too as well. So the only thing this doesn't really have is like a good knockback type effect, but definitely still a very, very good fruit. All right, next up we have a fruit that is a little bit more complicated to use. We have the Portal Fruit. Now this one is very good for grinding, like hats, accessories, etc., because you can world warp to different places. Now I really like having Permanent Portal. Permanent Portal is very nice to have. It basically allows you to teleport anywhere. And you can, if you have Permanent Portal and like Permanent another fruit, it's gonna really allow you to combo. So I very, very like it. Now there are some other good fruits that are good for grinding. And Leopard is actually, I'll put Leopard on here as well. The nice thing I like about Leopard is you can transform right away. And look at how fast you are. So this is going to really help you on certain quests. So you can either like group up enemies very fast by just like M1ing, which is very useful. However, I don't necessarily like the M1s like this. They're kind of wild, but pretty decent. And you have some other cool attacks too as well. So stuff like this is really nice with the M1s. But the thing I like most about this is you can like fly around the map. And if you give yourself the accessory called the Pilot Helmet, all right, you're basically just, look how fast you're going. It is actually kind of insane how fast you can go in this game. And I also have Mink as well, so you can fire off agility. And look how you're literally cruising. Like, this is literally criminal. Dashing makes you slower. Like, it's that insane. Absolutely busted OP. All right, the other fruit that actually is now better is the Buddha fruit. So I personally don't use the Buddha fruit as much. I think it's kind of outclassed by the gas fruit. So I'll show off the gas fruit as well. So, but just in case, just so you guys know, Buddha fruit is on there as well. It's a very, very decent fruit with an M1, etc. Actually, you know what? I'll buy it right here. If this video gets 15,000 likes, I'll give away a permanent Buddha. I'm gonna probably regret buying all this stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm going. How many perms did I buy in this dang video? Jeez. All right, so let's equip that. Oh, I'm already transformed. I hate that part. I want to transform into a freaking Buddha leopard. Can we get like fruit fusions in the next update, please? All right, so I just got permanent Buddha, so let's go equip that. There we go. All right, we're gonna equip that. Perfect. So the nice thing about this one is you do have that M1, and it makes you really big, and it really is nice because it kind of allows you to use combat, etc. So it's really good if you're trying to level up your combat, or like a gun or like a sword. And they did actually fix the Buddha bug, so it is actually good again. So very highly recommended fruit. Now, for some reason my Buddha fruit isn't that high, and the reason is it's kind of hard to get mastery on Buddha because there is no M1. So I don't know why it says you can M1 with it, because you really can't. But definitely a very, very good fruit. Now, there is another fruit they just added in the game, so depending on your strategy, it might be better. And that fruit is the gas fruit. So let me equip the gas fruit right here. I personally don't necessarily think this is the best grinding fruit, because the problem, there is an M1, which is pretty decent, I would say. So having an M1 is very nice, and it does have traveling gas, so that it ticks those boxes. But the problem is the M1 isn't the greatest to use. But and there is this thing called vapor condensation, which is kind of nice, but it requires you to fill your gas meter, which is a bit annoying. that's kind of what I don't like about it. Now the rest of the fruits, yes, you can use them for grinding. They're just not as good. A couple fruits that people might like though. Magma fruit is very good. I will say if you're grinding, if you have it like awakened, it's very good for like sea beasts, etc. So magma fruit for that is very nice. And some other fruits that I don't actually use a lot. Flame fruit is okay. It's kind of like a budget ice fruit. If you get it from the fruit gacha, it's pretty decent. And then the rest of these fruits aren't bad. They did buff them a lot, but I will say blade is really the way to go for the lesser fruits. Ice and light are the way to go for like the mid fruits. Diamond is good if you're a gun main or a sword main or a combat main. And then if you're willing to get like a rare fruit, Buddha is very good. And then after that, you kind of want portal's kind of like for everybody. And gas fruit's very good. If you're like higher level, dragon's okay for higher level. So, and Kitsune, let's go take a look at Kitsune. Kitsune has the same problem as gas fruit does, where you can't like transform until you have max tails, which is kind of annoying. But the one nice thing about Kitsune is it does make you pretty fast. So that's very useful as well. But I personally don't like Kitsune as much. I would say like I would go for the other fruits like Buddha, etc. But Kitsune isn't bad if you have it. Like these more expensive fruits, but I'm gonna be honest, if you can afford these, you're probably already pretty good at the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.